This is the Alesis VI49. This has been on the market for about a decade or so. I reviewed the Alesis V series, the regular V, non-VI, and I just wasn't impressed with that board when I did a review on it years ago. So by popular request of you guys, I decided to pick this one up and check it out. In this video, we're gonna explore all of the features of the VI49, and I'm gonna let you guys know if this is something you should invest in. I tried out the V series of this keyboard years ago, and I just was not impressed with it, with the keybed, with the features, and I didn't recommend it as something that you should buy. And I have to keep it a buck with you. I don't know if at $229 in 2022, if this is something that you should be investing your money in right now, mainly because there are so many other options available at less of a price point with many more features, better software, and even a better learning curve when it comes to this board. One of my main complaints with this, and you guys can argue with me in the comments, I did not like the velocity curve on this. And I don't like the clicky clackiness of the keys. And I'm pretty sure you can hear that even over the audio. It's very clicky clacky, very springy. Apart from that, the main thing with the keybed is the unevenness of the velocity curve that is built into the board. So what this means is, as you're playing, it goes to the higher velocities quicker than it was. So you don't have much nuance or dynamics in the playing, which is fine if you're using it for like just basic producing. Maybe you just need something where you can play some chords or do some things like that. So that means things like piano tracks and EP tracks and things of that nature are not going to be as dynamically even in the playing when you're playing it. But if you're doing like pads and strings and synths and aux stuff, this board would probably do pretty well for that kind of thing. Now, as far as control, this board is very interesting in the offering of type of control it has, because it has 12 knobs here, which is a very odd number of knobs to have. And then you have like, I think this is like 32 buttons, just random buttons. The other thing about these buttons is that they are very clicky. It just makes for a very, very noisy experience when you're playing it. The only thing that's really like defined here, your transport controls, your record, play, stop, but they just send MIDI CC just like all of the other buttons, and not necessarily MMC control that would go towards controlling a regular thing. Now, when it comes to software, it comes with Ableton Live and Expand 2, which is pretty cool. It's kind of like one of those standard, softwares that comes with these MIDI boards nowadays. Outside of that, you get the Alesis VI editor, which is cool, and it allows you to come in here and assign the knobs, the buttons, the drum pads to either send MIDI notes or send MIDI CC, which is pretty cool. It's very assignable and very compact. Even here with the keys itself, you can change like the velocity curve, which doesn't really help. I played around with this. You can change it from settings from 1 all the way up to 8, which gives you different, levels of velocity curves. And I found that 5 was the most even of all of them, but it still leaves much to be desired when it comes to the playability of this keybed. Now, the pads over here are actually pretty cool, and I actually like the feel of the pads better than I like the feel of the keys in this particular situation. But you get 16 of them, which is a far cry from most MIDI boards, which give you anywhere from like basically 4 to about 8. So you're getting the max on pads right here. So if you're into MPC pads and playing and making beats and stuff from your MIDI controller, this could be like the best kind of situation for that. So for $229, I can't say that this is my favorite setup for you as a producer or a musician to use. For $229, you can get a whole lot better bang for your buck on a 49 key keybed. Speaking of that, if you want to know what I think is the best 49 key MIDI controller from $100 to $200, check this video right here, and I'll talk to you guys over there. I'm out. Holla at your boy.